guys, and welcome to my channel Karen's Budget and Plan. So today I want to go over with you how much we spent on our holidays. So in my July budget report, I mentioned that how much we spent when we were on vacation, when we went on our holiday. So basically, if you don't know, we went to London and Southampton on our recent vacation, and I tried to do it as cheaply as I could because we are one income here, and for 3 people living with the high living costs that we have here in Ireland, especially where I live, it's very tough to be able to afford a holiday without it going on a credit card. So I shared with you in that July budget report how much we spent on spending money and how much we spent on the clothes that we purchased before we went on the holiday. But today I want to share the individual costs on how we went to where we went to London for 4 nights, and then we went to Southampton where we visited Paultons Park, which is the home of Peppa Pig. So we went to a theme park for €1,018.66 is what it cost us. So I'm going to break down. You're going to see me kind of looking down as well because I have my Excel here. So basically I started looking at holidays in February, I think it was, because I wanted to get away, and I wanted to get away on an airplane because the year before we went on a staycation. We went to a place in Ireland called Carlingford. It was really nice. We went with Robert's parents, and we rented a house. It was really nice. But this time I wanted to go somewhere, just the 3 of us as a family, and I wanted to go on an airplane. So I was researching into it. I had seen some parenting bloggers and some vloggers that I follow went to Paultons Park, which is the home of Peppa Pig, and it has roller coasters and stuff for rides that 3-year-olds can get on, and I wanted to incorporate something like that into it because I knew Ava would love something like that. So I had marked down a whole load of different ways we could do it, how much it was going to cost and all that sort of stuff. And after discussing it with Robert, he said, look, do what you want to do and just tell me when I need to book off work. So the majority of stuff that I booked was booked about 6 weeks before we went. There was 2 things that I booked in advance, and that was the hotel in Southampton that we were staying in for our visit to Paultons Park, and also our flight home from Southampton to Dublin. And because them 2 were just too unstable, and because I purchased them, I think it was in March, and I got a really good rate on them. Well, I think I did. But everything else, the London side of things, the flight, the hotel in London, the train, the car hire, all of that stuff was done about 6 or 7 weeks before we went on our holiday. So I'm going to just jump in and share with you the individual costs. So we flew from Dublin to Stansted Airport in London with Ryanair. I booked it for 3 people. Ava is 3 years old, so she needed to get her own seat. So it was €126.88, which works out as €42.42 per person. €42.29 per person for a flight, which I think is pretty good. Then we stayed the hotel in London. So we when I was researching hotels in London cost a lot of money, especially if you're staying in central London. So I kind of started to look out on the outskirts of London, and I wanted to stay in a place called Greenwich. There was a hotel there that I was following and tracking to see if the price was rising or falling, and then the day I went to book it, the hotel was full. So I started to scramble because we were going to go on holidays in 6 weeks or 7 weeks or something, and I had nowhere to stay. I started to panic, and I'm a member of a Facebook group called Mums on the Run, and I'll have that linked below if you want it. It's actually really good information about holidays with or without your family on there. So I just kind of put up saying, you know, we want to stay on the outskirts of London. Greenwich is out because the hotels are just too expensive there now, the hotels that were left. And then a lady popped up and she said that she stayed in Premier Inn Stratford, and she would 100% recommend it. It's above a humongous shopping centre, and that she'd recommend that we stay there. So I started to look that up, started to look up the area, see what it's about, and basically we went for it. Again, I didn't go for it soon enough, because by the time that I booked it, it had risen in price from when we originally started to look at it. So we stayed there for 4 nights. It was Premier Inn Stratford. It is above the Westfield Stratford shopping centre, which is humongous. Like, I can't get over the size of this thing. It has everything you need and want in a shopping centre there. Stratford is also home to the Olympics, so if you remember that back in 2012 the Olympics happened in the UK, happened in London, and this is where it happened, out here in Stratford. So they did a lot of regeneration, a lot of you know, making the area more nicer for people, because the whole, like a humongous amount of football was going to happen there in 2012. The parks are really nice, everything seems to be really family friendly. So we booked it, and it was €342.57, which worked out, we stayed there for 4 nights, it worked out as $85.64 a night, which I don't think is too bad. Now, Premier Inns are really budget friendly. They're basic hotels, they've no fridges, nothing like that. You can go to the video below, I'll have it linked. It's my travel day, and I do a like a room tour for that hotel in Stratford, and you can find out, sorry I can't like talk, you can see what it looks like. But I really like that hotel. The location was perfect. Like, it was a good, I say 15-20 minutes by the train into central London, but that really didn't bother us, because the tube only costs so much in England, and both tubes and overground trains, yeah, like they all went to this area. It was like a central hub, so it was perfect. So really happy with that hotel. We were going to Stratford, so no, we were going to Southampton. So we got the train from London Waterloo down to Southampton. Now this is my top tip. If you are going on, if you're going to be using any of the trains in the UK, especially Southwestern, try to book as far advance as you can. If you know, because I knew that we were going to be changing hotel on Wednesday the 17th, I think it was Wednesday the 17th, so I booked it, and I got it for €20.74 for 2 people. Ava is under 5, so she got to go on the train for free. So it worked out as $10.37 for just myself and Robert each. And on the day, if I had a book that, I think I put it up on my Instagram, it was like double or triple the price than we paid. So it definitely works to buy as far in advance as you can if you know that you're going to be going on the train on a specific date. So the car hire, we got the train from London Waterloo to Southampton Airport. We got off the airport, walked across the road, we got off the train at the airport, walked across the road, and went into the car hire centre. I booked it online with Alamo, and the Alamo desk was actually with Enterprise. So he took our credit card for the deposit. We paid an extra €20 at the time I booked, because the excess for renting a car in the UK is dramatic, like majorly dramatic. So for an extra £20, it cut the excess from £1,200 to £300. So in our opinion, it was worth it. So we got the car hire for €181.31, and that was from Wednesday about 2 p.m. until Friday at 12 p.m. And then the hotel in Southampton. So the hotel in Southampton was the Premier Inn Southampton West. It's the closest one to Paultons Park. You could literally walk there. It would take you about 10 minutes to walk there. It took 3 minutes to drive there. And that hotel for 2 nights was €123.25. It was a family room. So that cost $61.63 per night. That hotel was absolutely fine. The only thing was, and we did mention this on checkout, was our bed was extremely creaky and noisy. And also, it does say this on the website, but there is no air conditioning, and when we were there it was extremely hot, so it was really, really uncomfortable. But other than that, the hotel was perfectly clean, perfectly fine. And yeah, then the tickets for Paultons Park. So on my other channel, Or Irish Family is my other YouTube channel. Basically I have just about 12,000 subscribers there, so I contacted Paultons Park to ask if I could get like media tickets for our family to attend the park, and then in exchange I would do a video for them, and if they agreed, so that's what I done. I did a video, so our tickets were gifted to us. However, I will put up on the screen how much it does cost. So the price isn't too bad if you book in advance. If you book on the day, it obviously costs more, but if you book in advance, you are saving some money. So again, it's something that I definitely suggest you do. In fact, we weren't going to get a car hire. We were never going to get the car hire. We were just going to pay for the tickets for 2 days in Paultons Park, but we got those tickets gifted to us, and so we just decided to run with that. So we just did 1 whole day from opening to closing in Paultons Park, which I recommend to everybody. If you have a child aged between 2 and 10, 11, I think it's perfect. Like, that place is amazing. I definitely want to go back. So that's where the car hire came about, because our tickets for Paultons were covered. So then we have our flight from Southampton to Dublin. We flew with Flybe, and Southampton airport is really tiny, and I think it's only Flybe that fly out of there. It was €152.62, and it worked out as €50.89 per person for the 3 of us. And then other stuff that came up was travel insurance. Always buy travel insurance. People think that it's not needed, but please just buy it. It costs us €24.23, and like, nothing happened to us, thank God. But there is so many times that you hear people lost luggage, flight cancellations, they need to go to hospital, they need to get surgery when they're on holidays, and your travel insurance covers all of that, like all of it. And yeah, just buy travel insurance. So that was €24.23. And then the final thing was airport car parking. So I left my airport car parking about a month before, and I should have booked it way before that, because I knew we were going on holidays for a long time, and the Pacific dates, so I should have booked it. So it ended up costing, so it was €47. In Dublin Airport, we always park in the blue long-term car park. It's the one furthest away, and that was €47. But on that Mums on the Run Facebook group I was talking about earlier, I saw some coupon codes or promo codes that you could use for the quick park. So I put them in, and then it ended up, I got premium car parking for €47. And basically what that is after you print out your confirmation, and there's like a scan tag on it, so you scan it, you drive in, and then there's premium car parking on your left. You park your car in there, get out, take out all your bags, walk to this hut, drop your keys, walk away. They park your car and they hold onto your keys, so you don't need to, find your car when you go back, because like you just walk into the hut, tell them, you get like a receipt. I think you get a receipt, or you can just tell them your name, or you show your confirmation or something, and then the car is literally right behind the hut. So that was €47. So in total, for our flight from Dublin to London, the hotel in London, the train from London to Southampton, the car hire for the 2 days in Southampton, the hotel in Southampton, the flight from Southampton to Dublin, travel insurance, and the car parking in Dublin for our own car was €1,018.66, which works out, if you do it for 3 people, as €339.55. And as I said, if you stay in that hotel in Southampton, you could technically walk 10 minutes to Paultons, so you don't necessarily need the car hire. There's a pub attached to it. You can get your dinner there, you can get your breakfast there. If you walk 10 minutes the opposite direction, there's like a big petrol station that has a McDonald's, so you could definitely get around, and plus they have taxis. So yeah, but €1,018.33 is what we spent. And I hope that helps some people, because I did get some questions about how much it cost us and how we did it and all that sort of stuff. And I think €1,018.66 for 6 nights stay in the middle of July is really, really good. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.